Hello friends, and welcome to Saitama Stacker channel. I wanted to say thanks to everybody for your incredible response to yesterday's video about the burn feature of Saitama. I was very concerned how that was going to be received. I know the content was pretty in-depth and it just wasn't Saitama Stacker light. So I appreciate those of you who gritted through it, and from the response, I can see that there are many people that are appreciative to gain a stronger understanding of how the tokenomics of Saitama works. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. I do have to say in every video that these videos are not made as investment advice, but rather for community building and for educational purposes. But if you are considering purchasing Saitama, I hope you find this information valuable as you do your own research and determine for yourself whether or not Saitama is right for you and your portfolio. We have many new subscribers, and I want to say thank you to all of you who are liking the content, subscribing. There's been a lot of activity on Twitter, and I'm telling you, we're starting to turn some heads. I've got people starting to reach out to me about working together with them to do some collaborative content, and I'm very excited about that, and I think it's an amazing thing for the community. And I have to say, this isn't my channel, this is the Stacker channel, and we're a small Saitama Stacker community, but we're growing stronger all the time. And I said this in some of my early videos, but my goal is to grow our community to the point where we have a seat at the table, that we have the attention of the dev team, and that as we brainstorm together and come up with ideas, we can put those ideas in front of the dev team. So thanks to everybody for your activity and for just for coming and sharing with me in this experience and enjoying the content. I will be doing another video immediately after this one where I will be doxing, fancy, where I'll be putting myself on the camera. And quite frankly, I'm not ready for that. I'm still missing some key components to try to get good quality out of that. But my brother and I have a saying that perfection is sometimes the enemy of progress. And so I'm less worried about getting it perfect, and I'm more worried about just moving forward. I got some software today that's going to help me improve the quality of my videos. It will allow me to put my picture in frame so you can have a little more direct contact with me. And I think it makes the videos a little more interesting. But that's coming tonight. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you're not disappointed the fact that I'm a dad bod old man. Not too worried though. I already got the smoking hot wife, so no worries there. All right. So I want to jump right into the fundamentals and what's going on, and then we're going to answer a question from yesterday's video. We'll do a summary of September, and then we will talk about the last 24 hours and what's going on with the price. So let's just start right here with fundamentals. We have currently 55,281 holders. Great market volume today of 24 million. Market cap of 1,179,200,000. So I have gone ahead. Oh, the burn rate is 55.31 today. I've already put those into my spreadsheet, and what we can see is holders have increased 1,070 from yesterday. The market cap is down, and it's down almost 200 million. Of course, that's affecting the price in a negative way today. And like I said, we're going to address that. I promise you guys, I'm not afraid of the dark days. I have no control over it, so there's nothing for me to fear. I'm not encouraging anybody to do this unless it's of your own free will and choice. I want you guys to make informed decisions, and we're going to talk about, again, what I call knowing your why, and we'll get into that at the end of this video. Okay, we're going to scoot over just a little bit. There's that volume, 24 million. That's incredible. Volume is one of the key metrics that exchanges look at when they talk about listing. And we know we have one and possibly two top 10 exchanges coming soon. That will be good catalysts for us in the future. But that is the second highest volume. And I love to see high volume because I'm stacking up coins as they do the redistribution. And I'll show that at the end of the video for those of you who are new. The whole concept of Saitama stacking is that we're getting free tokens just for being holders of Saitama in terms of a reward, and I'll explain that at the end of the video. Our rank bumped down just a tiny bit. We're still just hovering in this 2,700 range. And of course, the burn continues and will continue every day to gradually move forward. and reduce the token supply, which eventually will affect the price as noted in yesterday's video. So the fundamentals. All right. Somebody asked me in the video yesterday, and I don't really have a good graphic for this, so I'm going to use something basic, and I'm just going to use the whole web browser. And there's a great little, what do we want to call this? Graphic. A great little graphic over here of two gents on a teeter-totter, or two ladies on a teeter-totter, to anybody on a teeter-totter. We're going to make person on the left-hand side buyers. We're going to make the people on the right-hand side sellers. And underneath the sellers on the little seat of this teeter-totter, we're going to imagine the word price. Okay? So there's buyers and sellers. So the question I had was, what causes the value to increase? And that's a really, really good question. And it's not crazy complicated to understand. But if we look at a chart, we've had a steady increase, and then we had this period of what technical analysis folks would call consolidation, where it goes relatively flat, kind of middle of September through about 25th of September before we had this big run up. It didn't do much. It just kind of bounced back and forth, and it's actually in a pretty broad range there, but it kind of stays overall relatively flat. Okay, so when the numbers of buyers and sellers are relatively equal, this teeter-totter seesaw is going to be pretty much flat and parallel to the ground. And so if the number of buyers and sellers is similar, they just trade at the market price. But let's say something comes to light, something that's good news, and there's a lot of excitement and people hear about the good news and a lot of buyers come into the market. So on this left-hand side, this little guy is going to get lots of friends. Okay, when there's more buying pressure than there is selling pressure, then the price will start to rise, because the people who are holding the tokens, they don't really want to get rid of them because there's good news. But if we push that price up to a certain point, people will find a level where they say, okay, well, at this point, I'm going to take some profits. Now, for me in the last month, my investment is up about 1,300%. That would be an amazing place to sell. Okay, that's taking $1,000 and making it into $13,000. But I believe in the project, and I think the future is bright, so I'm still holding. So if somebody wants my tokens, they're going to have to pay me a lot more for those. Now, the market could turn over and it could go down, and I might end up receiving a lot less. Okay, there's no guarantee that just because I'm holding them forever that the price is just going to skyrocket. But as a pool of Saitama holders, if we hold on, then there will be more buying pressure than selling pressure, unless there's simply no interest in the project. Now let's flip that over. Let's say there's some negative news, okay? And more sellers come to the table. We decide collectively, boy, I want to get out before all my buddies do, because the more of us that want to get out is going to put downward force on the price. So this side over here on the right-hand side, these are our sellers, and underneath them on the seat is written price. So more pressure on the sales side and not enough buyers will cause the price to go down. Okay, and then it just will seesaw back and forth like this generally. And so that's in a nutshell how price works. Okay, if there's an equal number of buyers and sellers, the price will remain relatively flat and will be in what we would call a consolidation phase from a technical standpoint. If there's more buyers, the price will rise because the sellers are holding on. There's fewer people that want to sell than want to buy. The price goes up. This is just kind of a basic economic principle, but it's a great question. I'm not saying this is a basic question. It's actually can get much more in depth than this, but just on a fundamental level, if there's more people that want to buy, the price is going to go up. If there's more people that want to sell than want to buy, the price will come down to a point where the buyers will say, well, if you're going to give it to me at that price, I'm back in. So if this price that we're seeing right now with Saitama were to drop back down into the levels where I purchased it, I would probably 4 times my position in this, because at that price, I'm going to do it. I believe in the project enough that if you want to sell your tokens to me at the price I bought mine for originally, right now, I'm on board. Okay. All right. So that's just a brief discussion on price. Let's look at a summary of what happened in September. Okay. And this will be very brief. I just did some basic math. I took the number of holders we have today versus the number of holders we had at the beginning of the month. And unfortunately, I didn't capture this from before 9/4. So just from 9/4 until now, we added 23,905 holders, almost 100% increase in holders in the month of September, which is incredible. The effect on price was an increase of $1 billion in market cap. That's incredible. So we started the month, again, the day I started recording this, at 162 million, and we've added $1 billion in market cap in one single month. It's incredible. And the momentum has been building. So I'm very positive. I'm very bullish about where this is going. I understand my why, and I'm going to get into that. But I just wanted to give you a brief overview there. Oh, if we look at returns, again, this is in CoinGecko, which just is a little more user-friendly for me for a lot of things. But for Saitama, today, here's our price. We're down 17%. We are 7 zeros, and then our money digits, 7 zeros, 119. But look at this, okay? In the last 7 days, it's up 66%. In the last 14 days, it's up 140%. In the last 30 days, there's my 1,300% gain I was referring to, okay? And I'm not trying to brag, and I don't think that I'm smart. I was following the project for quite a while from the end of July before I really made a major purchase. But my timing was extraordinarily lucky. Okay. I don't have a magic crystal ball that tells me when to buy or sell. I just decided that was the day and I didn't want to wait any longer. And I really wanted to make content for Saitama. So I took what I consider to be a reasonably sizable position for my budget. And I've been fortunate. Okay, now, this means most everybody who's purchased is up. But if you just bought this in the last 2 days, there's a good chance that you're down a little. And that can be very discouraging. I don't want you to be discouraged, but we do have to face reality. We have had some downward pressure on the price. So there are some things I want to talk about in terms of cryptocurrency and investing. Okay, so cryptocurrencies can be extraordinarily volatile, which means that they can move up or down in price very rapidly, and they can be very unpredictable. So when you're investing in cryptocurrencies, there's some things that you should know. This is just a little bit of investment wisdom for you, okay? I don't give financial advice when it comes to when you should buy something or when you should sell it or what you should own or what you should sell, but we can share financial wisdom, okay? So first of all, don't invest into this project or any project money that you can't afford to lose because there are no guarantees. Don't spend money that you have budgeted for the major budget items in your life. So don't spend your rent, don't spend your food money, the money you should be using to pay your bills or your kids' college fund or your emergency savings. I would leave those and save money separately to invest into this. The next little piece of wisdom is you should be diversified. If everything you have in your savings right now is in Saitama, it would be very disconcerting to be down 20%, 25, 30% in the last 2 days. Okay, that would be a scary thing for a lot of people. And trust me when I say I'm not scared at all right now. I really think the future is bright. We're going to eat this dip and head back up. I'm confident. Of course, I can't guarantee that, but I'm quite confident. And then the last part is keep a long-term perspective. We all know stories of people who put $100 into a cryptocurrency. There was somebody in the Shiba community who did this, and they became a millionaire. They put the money in November. It went down to almost nothing, and by March, they were like millionaires. Okay, we hear stories of people who win the lottery or have some major prize winnings, or they go to Las Vegas and they won $100,000. Okay, that's awesome. And it's good to dream. I'm a dreamer like that too. I mean, don't think that I haven't laid in bed sometimes thinking, wow, what would I do if my little Saitama investment became $1 million investment? That would just be incredible. It would be incredible. And I actually think over time, I believe it's possible. This project has just lots of reasons to be positive. Okay. But you have to keep a long-term perspective. All right. Let me see if I've covered all my bases here. All right. So with that said, when you have this kind of volatility, you need to know your why. Okay. So this is my last little tidbit before we do rewards. There's two different types of analysis. Okay. One is referred to as fundamental analysis, which is the type of analysis that I show on this video cast, where we look at what's going on with the major variables of Saitama, how many holders, how much buying and selling is going on, what's the market cap, what kind of positive catalysts are out in the environment that should influence the price. If it's negative catalyst, wow, can we explain why the price went down? Those are fundamentals. And then there are people who do technical analysis where we look at a chart like the one that's here on the screen, and they will draw lines and they will say, it looks like we're finding some support at a certain level, or that we found some resistance right here at this level. So they look for opportunities to buy and sell, and it's a trading mentality, and I have nothing wrong with it at all. I'm fascinated by it. I think if I were establishing a new position, I'd be keen on watching some of that type of content and kind of figuring out, well, do I want to, see where this is going? Or, would I rather buy here? Or would I rather buy there? Well, I'd rather buy here. Some of these people are great at explaining that. For instance, is Zach Humphreys. Zach Humphreys, I think, is very good at explaining technical analysis, but I'm not a trader. I don't have time for that. I have a full-time job. I've got a family, and I just can't watch my phone constantly and know what's going on. So I had a goal to take a position in Saitama, and then I'm holding. I know why I'm holding. The reasons I'm holding are in a video titled Why I Love Saitama. I did it last week. Okay. I would watch that. It will tell you, my conviction as to why I believe in the long term, this has so much upside potential. With that finished, let's jump into rewards. I actually did not capture a screenshot. I'm using new software for videoing, and I could actually have integrated it right into the video, but I didn't. So I'll just show you my current token bag is 1,036,692,848,000 tokens. From yesterday to today, I had an increase in rewards tokens of 255 million. Okay. In this last month, I am just barely 100 million short of 8 billion free tokens, which at today's price would be worth $93.26. Okay. I love this feature in the token. It's one of my favorite things. You can learn all about it on the Saitama Token official website under the ecosystem tab. And it's explained right here. Basically, every time somebody buys or sells Saitama, 2% of that transaction is burned, or the tokens are destroyed, and 2% of it is withheld and redistributed to all the holders of Saitama. So if you're just purchasing it and it's sitting in your Trust wallet, your Coinbase wallet, your MetaMask wallet, if you update and refresh your browser, your screen every 10, 15 minutes, you'll see an increase in your tokens. It's subtle if you're going that often, so write it down and watch it grow. But 8 billion tokens in a month. I'm not hating that at all. So I would like it to be 100 billion, and maybe it will someday, just in rewards alone. So friends, that's all I have for you today. Please tune back in tomorrow and we'll watch our Saitama stacks grow together. Hang tight for a second. I'm going to release another video where I'm coming out into the open and you guys get to see who I am and get to learn a little more about me. Hey, thank you for your love and support. Love back at you. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next video.